Tangbayeva with speech titled Destination Travel, How to Start. Saltanat, the stage is yours.
The world is a book, and those who don't travel read only one page. In order to read as many different books, I choose one of the pleasant and popular ways of spending weekends and spending money. I choose traveling. So far, I have been in 12 out of 14 regions of Kazakhstan, the ninth biggest country of the world. And I have visited 15 magnificent countries of the world. In today's my speech, I want to share with you some tips and valuable hints that I gained from my nomadic travels. Dear ladies and gentlemen, today's your destination travel. How to start? Let's see. To begin with, figure out your budget. Before you can even begin a plan a trip, you need to take a good look at your finances and figure out how much money you have to spend on your adventure. This will dictate a lot of future steps, including where you can go and for how long. Almost all my previous amazing trips were assigned as a budget trips, which means that initially I indicated the approximate amount of money which I am going to spend on, and then go further with trip preparation within this scope of money. When you decided about your budget, go to the next step, which means type of the trip, solo trip or group trip. Of course, each type of travel has own advantages as well as disadvantages, like insecurity, which means being a bodyguard for yourself during solo trip, or independency, which means going wherever you want while doing solo trip and taking only selfies while doing solo trip. But if you want to choose group travel, make sure that you choose people with whom you will have common habits and interests, because if people are different, your whole trip you will be with the mischievous face. And make sure that you are no more 4 people in a group, because it's much more convenient to book and to rent a taxi for 4 people and to book one compartment in train. When you decided with the amount of travelers, go to the next step, which is early bird bookings. When it's much more cheaper to book and to buy tickets in advance. As you see, here nowadays we have great variety of low-cost airlines like local Flyerstan or international Ryanair or Wizz Air. And make sure if you book traditional Kazakhstani type of transportation, Tulpar Talgo train, buy tickets for 45 days in advance, because it's much more cheaper. And of course, make sure that you know the cheapness doesn't always mean low quality and poor quality. So don't be afraid and take a risk to book cheap flights. Then the next much more important step coming is researching your destination. Nowadays, Googling is the fast and most common tips to do research. But personally, I prefer to look at the travel blogs and to take the real pictures and to see the real pictures of travel bloggers. And of course, downloading the offline map on your phone will optimize your time as much possible. And of course, don't be too ambitious and too overzealous with planning every second a day of your trip, because sometimes best thing happened by chance and you don't need to add stress to your vacation. And the last final step before your departure is my lovely step, which is packing your suitcase. Here you have to know that your medicine box is on your suitcase. And also don't forget about power bank chargers for your devices, and also copies of documents. And also don't forget to take some local souvenirs, gifts for future guests or future friends, because you don't know what can happen during the trip. And being always ready to give your thankful note and to leave some small note from your hometown is always so sweet and memorable. So these 5 steps during your trip preparation hope will give some easiness to your trip. And so don't be such people who read only one page of the book. Let's travel together and read the whole book. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Saltanat, for sharing these tips. I think they would be very useful for me and for other people who haven't started traveling yet. So I would definitely use these tips next time. Hopefully, not very. I hope it would happen soon.